Hi, in this tutorial we will see how to do a wall clock. So we can do a wall clock like this. It will be a little bit challenging, so we can start now. The first thing that I will do, I use a tool online to create the Angular project. So the first thing, it's create a new component. We go here. We create a new component with the Angular generator here. So this is exactly the same command that you can do with ngec and the name of the component on your machine. After we will call that clock, just to be exactly here. Okay, it's a generate. Next, to see if it's work, we will just put the component in the app component, just to see if it's working. So now I'm using the clock. So this is app clock. And we can see that it's not there because we must declare that here. So we can use the clock here, the clock component. Okay, so this is good. And now we can see the clock. Okay, everything is good. Next, we will create a button just to activate the clock on the top. So I go here, I create the button to activate the clock. So when you click on this thing, you will start the clock or stop the clock. So we will call that switch clock. Okay, when we create a variable, you can declare it in the TypeScript just behind. So this is exactly what we will do. So we will create a switch clock, and by default this is false. Okay, we have the constructor here. So just for the learning, we will put something in the constructor to say that we are in the app component. As you can see in the console, we have the app component creator. We will do exactly the same for the clock. So we go here, we go to the constructor, and we will say that we are in the clock component. Why I'm doing that? Just to also to learn to you the life cycle of the page of the component in Angular. So what you can see first is the app created, and after it's the clock created. And when it's not anymore used, you can use the ng on destroy. We will see that now. First, we have create the variable. We will pass that to the children. How we do that? We create an input in the clock. So we go here. We create the input here, and we see the input will be here, just the entry to show the clock, show clock. Okay, and by default we can put that false. We can import with a control and the command point to put the library missing. Okay, just to recap, for the missing library, you put control and semicolon. So you can import after the library missing. Okay, we can go next. We will put the on destroy just to see how it reacts. I will import what is missing for the interface. As you can see, we will create the interface. I will put that just there. And we can put that the component is destroy. Okay. So now what we do, we create a method for the click. So we will set the switch clock here, and we will create the method here. So I go here, and I will just invert the variable to another state, just to display or not display what we have. Okay, so we go here and we will put a condition to display or not display this component. I hope you always follow me. So what we do, following the condition of the variable that we have created here, we will display this component or not. Okay, so for the moment the clock is not displayed, so we will put a message to display clock here. Okay, what does it mean? You have the app component creator, but you see nothing is created for the clock. It's normal because we didn't display the clock. Now we display the clock. You can see the clock component is there. Okay, so now what we do, we will just disappear this thing. So we click again, and so you see the isDestroy is called. Okay, this is really good. So you see two principles here from Angular. This is a single page, and you have the component is created only when it's needed. So this is really important to know. That is differentiate for standard application in HTML. So you must see this is really powerful. So now we have the clock display. We will see for a timer. So what you must know, we will use the setInterval. When we show the clock, we will automatically activate the clock. And when it's not shown, we will destroy the timer. So we will do that now. So the first thing, we will create an identification for the timer. Okay, after on the edge on init, we will just initialize the timer. Okay, so we put the setInterval. Don't confuse with the set timeout. So the set timeout, it will be just one time. So now we want the setInterval. It will some action that we will repeat every millisecond. So for the moment, we will put 1000 for 1 second. So what we do, we just say a message here in the console log here to tell it's next time. Okay, this is good. We go here and we must see when there is the ng on destroy, that is this interval is not anymore used. So what we will do, we will check if there is something in the interval. So if it's instantiate, and if it's the case, we will clear the interval just here. Okay, so we will test it. So I go to the display clock. So it means that every seconds we have an instruction here that is a show, as you can see. And now I stop the clock, you see it's destroy, and the clock also is ending. This is really good because this is exactly what we need for the display clock. What we need to do, we need the hour, the minutes, and the seconds. So how we do that, we will create some variable here for the hour, because we want to display the hour. It will be a number, of course, and we have also the minutes, and we have the seconds. After, in the interval, with each second, we will retrieve the hour, the minutes, and the seconds. So how we do that? We just create a local variable for the actual daytime. So we can put actual daytime here. So this is the new date. Okay, and we will just put the information in the hour. So we will put here the hour. So how we do that? We take the actual daytime and we get the hour. So you have the same for the other. It will be the minutes and it will be the seconds. From the tutorial from Deborah Corata, I just remember something. If you have a string and you want to convert to an integer, you can put a plus just before, if it was the case. So if you have, for example, I don't know, just for the example, something like this, and this is a string that you have, for example, for seconds, we have this string. If you want to convert that, you just set the plus just before, but here it's not needed, but just before, it's for your information. When you don't know, I invite you to just watch the documentation. So we will see just the documentation here. If you see, the get hours return number, so this is returns the hour. You have the same for the minutes, and of course for the seconds, and of course for the milliseconds. This is really good. If you don't know, just watch the documentation and also what it will return, with kind of variable it's return. This is really important, because if it was a string, you must cast the string to a correct type for your variable. Okay, we can continue. So this is the first step. So we will just display the hour, the minutes, and the second here in the HTML. So what I will do, I'll go here. You put the double bracket, as you know, to have the value from the variable, and we will put the name that we have put behind. So I must check. So we have seconds, we have minutes, and we have hours. So I will put everything there. So we can go here, and we can go just like here. Okay, so this is really important. So you have all the information here. So you have the hour, the minutes, and the seconds. We must see if it's correct. Okay, I have forgot the S just after the hour, so this is fixed. And now you can see we will run the application here. So as you can see, we have the hour display. This is really good. And when we stop, it will stop the hour. We will just display what we had in the console log. So now we will do some improving to be a nice feature for the clock. This is really good. So I hope you have learned something, because we have seen the life cycle also for the Angular component. So we see the engine in it, the ng on destroy. This is two things really important. Okay, we want to recreate that. So what we do, we have this image. So I will try to do something in the same manner here. Okay, I go to the paint, and we will do just the border for the moment. So what we do, we go here, I take the size, so this is 371, so we will do exactly the same just for the tutorial here. So we go, so we create that. So I go here, I create you know, the clock color. So I will name that clock color here, and we go here. So I go here, I create the CSS here. We have two things. We have this is having a square, so we can go for a square. We will see just that later. And we have a height here for this nice clock here. We will put just a background color to see if it's showing something here. Okay, we don't see nothing because show the clock. So just to not run every time, what we will do, we will just set the variable to true, so just to show the clock by default. I hope it's okay for you. So we go here and we will just put that true by default. So this is good. Okay, so we go here. We have the clock color, so we will just see if the name is correct. I missed the dash here, so this is okay. Okay, so this is the first thing that we can do. Okay, next what we need also to do, it's the border radius, as you can see. So we go for the border radius. We will go for a border radius like this, just to try. Maybe it will be a little bit more, so we can go for maybe for 24, just to see. Okay, this seems good. Now we have also an output, you see, just a border. So we will put the border for the gray, but we will need some precision, so we will watch exactly on the picture what we have. You see there is a shadow, but now we will keep that simple for this tutorial. Okay, I have the reference. So I have the RGB value. So now what I will do, I just have the hexadecimal value just here. And this is good. So we just copy this value here. Okay, we put that for the border. And what we can do, we can also see the size of the border. This is really important. So we go here and we can see the size of this thing, and it's 6 pixels. So we can go for 6 pixels here. Okay, this is good. Okay, this is really good. Maybe to be really improving, we can do another stuff for you know, the shadow, but we will not cover here. It's just to do that simple. Okay, now what we can do, we can have the background. So we will see the background. It's 12, 10, 10. So I will go for the RGB2X. I go here, and we can do exactly the same. So it just to be, you know, have the same design. Also, it's maybe a light reflect of yellow, but this seems nice here because maybe it's the reflect that you have from the flash here. Okay, what we must do, we have you know, two things. We have this circle, and we have also the hour in the middle. So we will start with maybe the hour on the middle. So I will create just a div inside. So we go here, I create the div for the hour. Okay, and after we can display the hour that we had here. This is a position, so maybe we will see the formatting for the, you know, for to put the hour on the number for the format with the pipe give by Angular. Okay, we go here, I go for the hour, I go for the CSS, I go here. The first thing we need to do, it's the display flex here, because it will be in the middle. I will just put some color here to see better, because for the moment we see nothing. So we go here, we go for the display flex. We will see that in a column, so this will be really good. And we can put the things in the middle, so it will be better. And also in the middle of the screen here, so everything will be in the middle. Okay, this is good. No, I don't think we need to center, you know, everything in the center. So what I propose, we remove that. And this is the first thing that we need to do on the center. So maybe we can just align this thing in the center here. We will see if we don't need, you know, some adjustment here. So maybe what we we can do, yeah, for the moment we can keep like this. This is really good. Okay. As you can see, we must change the font size and also to put another format also. Okay, to do that we will use just the pipe. So I'm using here with the number, and we want 2 digits. So this is exactly what we need here, and we do exactly the same for the minutes and also for the seconds here. So as you can see, it will be on 2 number. Okay, we can continue. We go for the font size here because this is so small. So we go here and you go, it's 80. So we will try a font size bigger here. Okay, so we can try that. And we can try also the color here, as you can see, to have exactly the same color. This is nice. So we go here, we go for the RGB to X, and we will change that. Okay, we just put this value instead of the white, and also we will just put, you know, the font size also, because this is really important. So I will try really big because it was really big. Okay, this is maybe too much here because we have a resolution smaller. This seems better. Now we must change also the font family here for the hour. Okay, for the tutorial here we will use another font. So we will use the font from Google here, Arbitron. And after, when you go to the clock, you can put in the CSS the font family to Arbitron, and it will be more digital. Okay. To have the text a little bit stretched on the y-axis, we can use the transform scale y with 1.2, so it will be give a nice effect like here. We can a little bit exaggerate, but for the moment I think it's really good. Okay, this is good. The font is a little bit smaller, so we will do exactly the same here to have the same effect than here. Okay, this is good. And we can try also to put the weight on this thing to be a little bit stronger also. Okay, so this is much better, as you can see. Okay, I have added 2 instructions, the white 80% and the margin left 20%, to avoid that we have this effect that is moving for the clock. So I hope you will have learned new things, and say to you for next tutorial. Thank you to follow me. Bye.